Hi people, and welcome to anybody who's joined me from the Facebook group. I'll just tell you a little bit about myself. Sorry to those who already know, and I probably will have to repeat quite a lot on these video logs at times. So hi, my name's Jan Silver. I'm 44 years old. I'm a great big fat heifer and I'm awaiting bariatric surgery. I'm going for the root on Y gastric bypass, which will happen in 7 days time. I'm in surgery next Wednesday, so I'm 7 days into my liver reduction diet. Which is, I do that, but actually it's going okay. I couldn't stomach soup this morning. For anybody that's been following, I'm struggling to kind of get down a yogurt, to be honest, but I'm going to see how I go. I'm going to go to a different supermarket today and see if I can get some different soups just to change up the varieties, because I'm bored more than anything. Definitely not hungry still. That's a massive bonus, obviously. And yeah, so I'm following more people. I'm being a little bit more honest on support groups about what I'm doing, where I'm at with my journey, and I'm able to, I guess, share a bit more. I'm not quite ready to put this on my personal Facebook page. I haven't told a wider circle of people about what I'm doing. I'm not quite sure why. I just think it's a bit personal, and I don't want to be judged. And there's a couple of people, let's say my hygienist, for instance. You know, I felt, because she's not a friend as such, I don't have her on social media, I was able to tell her what I'm doing, and she just went, well, why? And I'm like, I'm looking at this tiny little person who's petite and probably she hasn't got an ounce of fat on her body, and I'm like, you wouldn't have a clue, love. You know, really, I'm not doing this because I'm a couple of ounces overweight. I'm very large. You know, I'm not as large as you could be, but for me, and it's causing me problems. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. And I think I'm looking more towards the future. I want to have a future. I want to see my grandchild grow up. And, you know, sorry, I keep playing with my hair. Yesterday was funny. My brother Tom ended up coming round in the afternoon unexpectedly. So I had a visitor, and he watched a couple of my YouTube videos, obviously full of banter, little shit, but he was like, oh my God, Jan, I can't believe you went on there with the towel on your head. Oh my God, Jan, why didn't you do your hair? Oh my God. And I'm like, Thomas, this isn't a dating site. How do you explain to a whippersnapper, I'm not out there to impress you. I've got my face on today and my hair done because I'm going for my bloods today and pre-op for my surgery next week. But it kind of made me laugh that, you know, he's 26 years old and he was like, how can you put yourself out there? Because I don't care. I'm not out there to impress anybody. This is just about diarising and having a record of how I'm feeling at each stage of my journey. And yeah, whether I've got no makeup on, spots on my face, styes in my eye, and my hair's an absolute crazy mess, I don't care. You know, people will watch me or they won't watch me. And that's it. It's predominantly for me, not for anybody else, I guess, really. And if I can support people, I have really found, I've taken inspiration from other people's vlogs on YouTube, and that's where I need to be. I want to be able to help other people by being completely honest about each stage of my journey. I wanted to talk a little bit today about a concern, or some concerns of mine that are going through my head. I'm a little bit worried about losing my hair. Now, I have an ongoing joke with my hairdresser. She obviously washes and cuts my hair, and every time I get these tiny little baby hairs, I've got really, really thick hair, and I know a lot of people, you know, don't. And it's probably the only thing I'm grateful for. I love my hair, I'll be honest. I like the natural colour, I like it, I like the way it's cut, everything about it. It's thick, and it's probably my best asset. And there is a chance that I could lose some of it through this surgery, and I think it goes hand in hand with losing a lot of weight quite quickly and drastically, and your body's in a state of shock, so your hair falls out as one of them. So I've seen a few people's comments on it and pictures of their very, very thin hair on top. So yeah, I'm just putting it out there that that's one of my concerns. You know, please let me keep my thick hair. I just have to wear a hat if not. It's not forever, apparently. It can go on for about 6 months, and then it will rejuvenate and it will regenerate, sorry, and it will carry on growing back to how it was, if not better than before. So that's one of my concerns today. I think I'm feeling a tiny bit anxious about surgery. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't. I've started to think that this week now I've got 7 days, or 8 days, I think, really, about writing my letters. I don't know about anybody else when they go through something like this. I've always had a morbid curiosity. I don't deny that. And I don't have a fear of dying. I'm a control freak. I'm an absolute control freak. And I like to be in control of as much as I can in my life, even my destiny, if you like. I like to drive places because I think that I'm not going to crash and other people will. You know, I'm a control freak in that area. But when it comes to dying, my thoughts on dying are, I'd hate to die and my loved ones not to know how much I cared for them, loved them, proud of them, you know. So I have this crazy notion in my head that I'll be prepared for every eventuality. So, for instance, I went to Australia many years ago, my first long-haul trip, when I first met my husband, and I remember writing letters to both my children in case I didn't come back. And, you know, I've kind of taken that all the way along. I go on a holiday, I think the last time. I still write them emails, you know, if anything was to happen to me, do you know how much I love you? Do you know how proud I am? You know, and that's just me, and it's a funny little thing, and my children, I think, always poo-poo it, and they kind of go, oh, for God's sake, Mum, you know, you're at it again, you're not going to die. And I'm like, no, I know, but if I did, I actually think if the shoe was on the other foot, I'd be really grateful for that piece of paper, that email to say, actually, my mum really, really loved me. My mum was so proud of me. That's how I feel. So I'm at the beginning of wanting to start to write my letters. There'll be my surgery letters, and they'll be to my children and to my husband and my beautiful granddaughter, who life wouldn't be the same. Anyway, so yeah, that's about it. I think there was something else I was gonna write. No, that's about it today. I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to go to the supermarket and see if I can get some different soups today. Again, mix it up a bit, and I have my bloods being taken today. A little disappointment because I'm going privately. Yesterday was Monday, I'm due in surgery next Wednesday. I had to ring the hospital yesterday about my pre-op. They hadn't contacted me at all. So I rang them to say, you know, have you forgotten about me? It should be this week. And, you know, she kind of said, oh, yeah, it's the 8th, which is tomorrow, I believe. Yeah. So could you come in on the 7th and do some blood? So we've got the blood results for when you meet the anaesthetist. So I've not had it like that before. Generally, if I've gone for surgery, you meet the anaesthetist on the way into surgery. So this will be different. And they're going to take MRSA tests, obviously weigh me and look at my juicy veins. I know I've got good veins. I donate blood and platelets, so I know they won't have a problem with getting a cannula or anything in me. I just got to hope that I don't need any blood products, because then I can't donate afterwards. I'll only need a 6-month break after this surgery, and then I can go back to donating platelets, which is something that I really like to do. Anyway, that's enough for me today. Thank you to anybody new watching. I will try and keep you updated daily as I can. I hope you all have a lovely day. Sun's shining. It's beautiful again. Spring has sprung. Bye.